Hello everyone, Zane here and welcome to another Final Fantasy XIV guild guide. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make guild with Stormblood expansion exclusively. If you guys want early access to my guild making guides and advice, consider becoming a YouTube member, a Patreon supporter, or Ko-Fi member. The links for those will be in the description down below. So Stormblood is one of the most lucrative expansions to make guild because of Eureka. Now there's four sectors of Eureka: Animos, Pagos, Pyros, and Hydatos. Hydatos being the most lucrative because the bunny fates that do treasure chests have the highest drop rate for gold. So the retainer here has the one item that I sold that came from gold lockboxes, which is the Eurekan petrol horn. The sucker is extremely rare to find. You can't get them through the lockboxes at your grand company, but you have a better chance of getting struck by lightning. So that was 4.2 million gil. Now on the market board on my server, they are 4.7 up to 10 million, but no one's going to be paying that much for that mount. So I had to undercut mine down to 4.5 million because I had some idiot that kept undercutting me and wouldn't stop doing it. So I went down to 4.5, which was right here, and he never followed me, thankfully. So I sold mine on the 14th of April. I was lucky enough to get 3 gold chests in a row, and my second one was the mount. And I'll show you guys a little bit later on how to do that. This retainer here actually was from Retainer Adventures. I was lucky enough to get jet black dye from the Venture coffers. I opened mine earlier, and unfortunately I ended up getting brown dye and metallic sky blue. So rip on that. The materia does not count. I was making some space in my inventory, so this was taken out. The hive barding and the couch actually came from Palace of the Dead, which is back in Realm Reborn. But because you unlock that in a Realm Reborn, it still counts as being useful in Stormblood. So I was actually lucky enough to get these, and I sold them both. This retainer here, 1.5 million, came from selling the actions from Eureka called logograms. You have mitigative, intermedical, obscure, protective, offensive, you have conceptual, and then you have fundamental. Obviously the more rarer ones will sell more. The obscure, you have to kill the crystal scorpions, which summons the big bad of hydatos to get the obscure. But mitigative, offensive, and protective will come from the gold, silver, and bronze chests. I also sold the gazelle skin maps, which is 1 per day, or every 18 hours. And if you're lucky enough to get these horns from silver lockboxes and hydatos, they can go for quite a lot of gil. But when selling logograms, be very patient because all other people are doing it too, and you might get undercutted pretty badly, but if you get lucky, sell the logograms as much as you can to get some gil, as well as getting them from the lockboxes. So good luck with that. And this retainer here has basically all the miscellaneous gear, gil, from dungeon drops, if you're doing a Realm Reborn, or Heaven's War dungeons if you get lucky in the roulettes, the roulette itself, the challenge log, again from the bunny fates, straight up gil, the stuff that you get from the lockboxes, all the gil went into this retainer, and I made 3.1 million gil in here. And to show you that I did not sell anything, this was back in March, so nothing recent. And if you want to know what jet black dye and pure white dye sold for on my server, the white dye, 435,000. Jet black dye sells for 500,000, so 500,000. So if you're lucky enough to get those dyes, you basically hit the jackpot on that. The other thing that I did was the duck bones, but because I'm using this for another video, this is going to be 1,080,000 gil. You need 2,778 duck bones, or anything with the 360 selling price, to get yourself over 1 million. And the best way to get the duck bones is doing the Alexandrian sector, the Eyes of the Creator, for these tokens here, which I will be taking you in to show you guys how fast my samurai can do it at around 660 on level. In order to unlock Alexander, you must have completed the Heaven Toward Main Story quest, and then talk to Slowfix in Idleshire, and then do Fist of the Father, the Sun sector, to get to the Eyes of the Creator. Go to the little gear icon to set it unrestricted, and then you guys can go in by yourself. And that is how you do Alexander, well, at least for me anyway. You usually want to save your burst for the final boss. So let's go to Foundation, and I'll show you guys where to pass in these tokens. So here in Foundation, you want to talk to this NPC right here. She will have your items to trade in. So pick your job, prototype Alexandrian gear, and then you get your items. So you get a headpiece every run, a body piece every 4 runs, a hand piece every 2 runs, a leg piece every 4 runs, I think a feet piece every 2 runs, and you get 2 accessories every run. Alright, after you get all your items, you're going to head over to your Grand Company. And then you're going to be getting your Seal Sweetener 2 buff. So go to the OIC Quartermaster if you are in charge. Actions, and then look for number 2, which is right here. Gives you a 10% increase. So I already have one activated. Go to your Quartermaster. Gotta have expert deliveries unlocked. And then pass in your prototype. Now it's 1250 alone, and then you have 1375 for the buff. Go to your Quartermaster. And then it's going to be down here. And you need a rank of 2nd Lieutenant in order to get these. So these items here, up to right about here, is the 360 items. So that is where you guys get your duck bones and stuff like that. If you guys are doing it for Gil, or if you're getting the better crown pies, which is going to be in another video. Alright, so next we are going to be going into Eureka Hydatos, and I'll show you guys what to do for the bunny fates. So here we are in Kugane at Pier 1. Talk to Rodney. Now if you're starting out in Eureka, you're going to have to go to Animos and then Pagos. Pagos is where the bunny fates start, but you want to get to Hydatos. I'm working on a guide right now. I finished Animos and Pagos, and we're going to go on to Pyros next. But if you're looking for a better guide out there for getting yourself to Hydatos, just check on YouTube. You'll find other YouTubers to help you get here. So let's go into Hydatos. So the bunny fate is located right here. It's called Drink Me. Now the first thing you want to do is get yourself the plate bearer logogram, which is going to be from the logo manipulator. Talk to Drake to get them appraised. And then get the plate bearer if you find one. I think this was from the protective logogram. It says right there. Extract. And this is going to make you basically invincible. Activate it. It's going to go into the R3 button. So now basically we are a tank. So now we need to make our way over here. Now there's going to be 3 waves of enemies, and then a boss enemy will spawn, and then we must kill it to get a bunny. Alright, once the bunny has been saved, you get a lucky carrot, and make sure you put it on your hotbar. Now it's going to tell you that it's going to be in a certain direction, so mine is southeast. So basically, go southeast, and then basically use the carrot on your way there to reinform you if you're close, if you have to change directions or not. And then when you're on top of the area where the treasure chest will be, you hit it again, and then the treasure will pop. You literally have to be like right on top of it in order to find it. Okay, so I'm going to find this, and then we will continue. Alright, so I've been doing this a lot, so I pretty much know where to go. So right about here is where the bunny will dig up the treasure. And I got silver. Nice. So that gave me 25,000 gil. Gave me some mitigated logograms, and these ones you guys can just discard. They're for the portals to get into Bell Desert Arsenal, but they made sure that you don't need those anymore. And you also get materia. Now when you do the fates, you will get lockboxes, and then you guys can trade these lockboxes or open them to get the loot inside, which can go for up to 10,000 gil if you're lucky enough to get the elegant pieces of platinum. So you just go and return to camp, and then we will open up these lock boxes. So at camp, go to the lockpick. So you guys can get the materials for the experience potion. Clear dim material 1, 2, and 3. So grade 1 gives you 200 gil. Grade 2 gives you 1,000. You got eureka potions, materia. This stuff you basically will vendor. Another clear 2. So you get 5 and 6 materia. There's the simple tree house for your free company house or personal house for your front yard. There's clear 3 for 5,000 gil. So I'm just going to power through these real quick. There's a Pisa clock. I forgot that's in here. Hydatos has the least loot table. There's also a music scroll. So you most likely will get the gil items. Alright, so that's basically everything I had. So yeah, materia, clear materia, Pisa clock, the treehouse, the items for the potions, and of course the eureka potions and the music itself. Alright, this is basically what you'll get from these lockboxes. Everything else usually will have housing items or glamour, but it's mostly these things you want the most. Alright, but that's basically Eureka in a nutshell. You have about 180 minutes to do whatever you need to do each time you come into Eureka, so take advantage of that. Next, the Stormblood Hunt. So you have 3, and then you got your weekly B rank. So the first ones will give you 1,000 gil for each kill, so that's 5,000. Number 2, same thing, 5,000. Number 3 is actually 1,500 for each, and that's going to come to 17,500. Now if you do your B rank, it's another 5,000. So adding in Heaven's Ward, Arumberborn, and Stormblood every day, you guys can get a nice chunk of gil. And you're also going to be using your Centurial Seals to get Aetheryte tickets to teleport freely, saving yourself a crap ton of gil, just going to kill those B ranks and the like. As for leave quests, you're going to be doing Culinarian, Fits to a T, you're making Dolmen Tea, you get 2,386 gil times 2 for high quality, and of course you get your crystals back. And the Doman tea, you need persimmons, cinnamon, the ginger, which is thyme node, crescent spring water is the reason why I was trying to sell those, and then beet sugar, which is made from garden beets. So those are going to be found in the peaks, right about here. The ginger is going to be timed at 4 to 6 a.m. and p.m. here in the locks. The persimmons can be gathered here in the fringes. Cinnamon is going to be back in a Realm Reborn, North Shroud, and the Crescent Spring Water is going to be here in Yansha as a miner. Have your retainers get them, buy them off the market board if you want if they're cheap, and go to town with your leaf quests. Remember, you only get 100 allowances every 17 days, and you only can hold 16 leaf quests at one time. So that is going to be my recommendation for doing leaf quests. If you guys want to know the other ones, I do have a guide on the best leaf quests to do for each job in each expansion. And the last things is your challenge log. So you got your battle, 1,000, 2,000, 1,000 each, 2,000 there, 1,000, 1,000, Wondrous Tales, 2,000. Your fates, 3,000. Leaf quests, another 3,000. Crafting gathering, you now can add spearfishing. Did you unlock that in Tamamizu? That's 20 large and then 50 fish altogether. Treasure hunts, tribal quests, retainers. Others, you got eureka, so you get 1,000 guild each for each category. And then of course you got your completion. The other thing, your roulettes. Still got 50, 60, 70, 80. Leveling, trial, main scenario, guild has the alliance, normal raid. Mentor you still can't access yet. But make sure that you do your adventure in need for each one. So I have a tank, healer, and a DPS to fill whatever role. And of course, if you get something in a Realm Reborn or Heaven's Ward, you'll get guild from the monster kills as well. So right now, I took all my guild out of my retainers. So we're standing at 10,126,573. So we're going to vendor the duck bones for now. I'll buy those back after. So we're standing at 11,187,493. So if I did not have that mount, I would not have this much gil. And this was about a week or two. Now just imagine if I did this for a month. So let's go and buy that stuff back, because I need that for another video. But that is how you guys make a crap ton of gil in the Stormblood expansion exclusively. Alright guys, so I will see you in the next one. Take care. And that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to support the channel, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more Final Fantasy XIV content and help with the YouTube algorithm. If you guys want to support my channel even further, consider becoming a Patreon supporter, YouTube member, or support me on Ko-Fi. Links in the description down below. And a huge thank you to all my YouTube members, Patreon supporters, and Ko-Fi members. And a huge extra thank you to the members on screen. So until next time, make sure to walk in the glorious light of Lord Bahamut, and always remember to keep forging ahead. Take care.